they could have done what Verizon is doing now, which Sprint could have became the wholesale company. That's the end game for Verizon, ladies and gentlemen. They will become a wholesale wireless company. Any of the two smaller carriers back in the day before the merger could have done the same. They could have literally have given bare bone at cost service, maybe a little bit of profit, and they could have roamed on AT&T or on Verizon. They could have struck a deal. But instead, Clare was looking for a way out. So that's why he capitulated and he sold.
Yeah, but he was operating in the interest of SoftBank. He was never
Right.
operating in the interest of Sprint as a brand. He wasn't fighting for Sprint. He was fighting for a merger and acquisition. He was fighting for a bail.
We're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will be a viable fourth competitor.
You guys don't know this. Me and Max do. Marcelo was hustling his mom's thongs, bro.
But he would give you
This
the
dude's
rest
been
of
a
his mom's
snake
thongs.
oil salesman since day one.
If I got you to switch to Sprint, he would have given you the rest of his mom's thongs. Let's be real.
They were giving away lines, bro. I mean, it wasn't working, bro. That's a more egregious downfall than anything Dish has put together.
Right. Well, and they've got great promotions. Right, they're trying to do what they can on that end, but they don't have any of the backing or the money to afford to keep doing that. Now, on the thing you were talking about with Moose on the rebrand of the postpaid, I have someone who's going to Dish Team Summit, which is in like 1 week or 2 weeks, and they're supposedly going to announce something.
Look, I wish them the best. I just don't know what that would be.
Well, what I think is going to happen is someone's going to buy their network, either T-Mobile because they get everything they want, or AT&T because they're in the market, and then Dish is gonna sell the network to them at like a cheaper rate as long as they
Bro,
get an MVNO
Max.
agreement to keep using it.
Let's unpack that. I agree with you. I agree with the statement you said. Max is 100% correct. T-Mobile gets whatever they want.
Bro, you
B,
know what happened
respond to it right now.
Well, I mean, it's true. T-Mobile has had an amazing run, an improbable run of getting whatever they want, screwing everybody over, including their customers, and everybody's said, "Hey, do me more," and it has worked. So it is baffling to me. Never seen anything like it before in my life. T-Mobile routinely spits in everybody's face, and I guess people like that whole, get spit on thing. I guess I don't know, but I mean, it is true. They do get what they want. I don't know if M&A of that size is coming for an AT&T or a T-Mobile. Specifically AT&T, they got a lot of debt already as is.
Hold on one second,
they-
B. Hold on one second. I got to backtrack and push back on this one, and I'm going to let you elaborate.
Okay.
M&A that size. Okay. Dish has 7.3 million customers. So it wouldn't be a customer base that it would be the assets, right?
Well, 7 million customers is a lot. It's not a small amount of people, but I do agree that their assets will probably be more valuable to a potential buyer than the customer count would be.
But that's what you mean when you say size, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's the totality of their assets. Their consumer base would be considered assets. But of course, their spectrum is probably what anybody would want at this particular point. But it's expensive. Rates are extremely high right now, and all three MNOs are significantly in debt. To AT&T's point, I mean, they had to ask BlackRock to help fund, and also private investors to help fund this fiber expansion. They didn't even have the money to purchase it and do everything themselves. They're outsourcing like crazy. They don't even own their core anymore. I mean, they're cutting corners. So that doesn't seem to me to be the type of company that's ready to do an M&A, although I could be wrong. Maybe they're just glutton for punishment. They did it with DirecTV and all that other kind of craziness. So maybe they will again, but I don't think so. T-Mobile's raising prices like crazy, trying to become a a telco and trying to get money. I don't see them going into debt in order to make a purchase this large. But I mean, again, maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't see the tea leaves there. Then of course Verizon's in the same boat. They're heavily in debt as well. So I don't see anybody coming to save Dish. I feel like, perhaps that company just dies and people bid on the assets in order for them to be able to pay off the bills. It doesn't happen often in America nowadays anymore. But I just can't see anybody bailing them out. At least not one of the MNOs.
One more thing on T-Mobile. Remember their Super Bowl ad last year, bro? Tell me more, tell me more. You want to know the latest thing that they're doing? So, you know how they just got the green light to acquire Mint, and now they own Mint?
Mhm.
So, part of the agreement for that was that they would unlock the Mint phones after 60 days. They
Right.
just raised the Metro unlock policy from 180 to 365 days.
What? 1 year?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Send me something on that, Max. Send me a
I
link or
will.
something on that. Wow, bro.
I'll put it in the private chat.
I gotta make a video on that. That is absurd. I thought 180 days was plenty for a prepaid carrier. 1 year is pretty crazy. I think Dish was the first company to do that, though, aren't they?
Also, it's like they agreed to lower it on Mint, and then they just jacked it up on Metro. But the FCC won't bat an eye.
Wow. Pretty crazy, man. South Joe says AT&T will be interested in Dish's 3.45, the DoD. I agree. That would be like their prime target, I think. MS said, I believe T-Mobile gets you a Cellular, Verizon, and AT&T split Dish. Well, the thing about Dish is they own the 600 megahertz frequencies. Well, they got the 600, which T-Mobile could utilize. A lot of the AWS and stuff. I think it makes sense for AT&T and Verizon. Obviously, there's some CBRS in there. There's some DoD. I don't know, man. Wow.
You check the Google chat. I sent you the thing on the Metro unlock.
Okay.
I mean,
All
1
right.
year is
Well,
absurd.
we gotta pivot to this next one because we're trying to keep the